Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I have this Fujifilm. This is the JV300 model. So basically this is just like a normal like standard point and shoot camera. This comes with the purple color version with the Fuji non-lens, and this is a 14 megapixel camera. So over here and all, this is a top view of the camera and all. So over here this is the back view. So the on off switch is here. The zoom in zoom out is basically this button. This is a playback menu. This is a display settings. Everything menu is all right here. So at the bottom here is where the battery is. So basically just like open the cover and all these things. This is where you insert in the batteries. So this camera is using this DLI 216 battery. This is a BenQ, but you know this is the equivalent of it anyways. So this is the SD card and all for the camera. So it's using a normal standard SD card. So you just put it in this way. Then the on off button is here. So yep. Battery is not inserted properly. Then yep, this is the this is a date stamp. So every time you change your battery, there'll be a date stamp, everything for you to adjust. Then you just have to press OK. Once you press OK, the lens will pop up automatically. Yes, so basically with that 16GB 8GB card, you can take about 1095 photos. So basically this is the mode. So SR auto means it's like it's right now in the auto mode. This is called face detection. This is the red eye reduction. This is how many photos you can take. This is the image size, which is large. The battery power, and it's right now in auto mode. So to zoom in and zoom out of the camera is basically you just press this button. So it's like a zoom. Yes. Then other than that, so if you've taken any photos and all, this is the playback menu. So you can just like go back and just view the photos you have taken. So to take a photo, it's just simple. You just basically half press this, then till you see like you know this means it's autofocus. Then on the left here it means there's a flash. Then this is shutter speed and the aperture size. So just press. So yep, there you go. So you just like press back there to play back. This is move left and right to adjust around. So go back to shooting mode, just hard press this back again. Then you can go back to display. So display is basically this, you have many kind of display settings. So there'll be like information. So it's information on, basically just tell you that there's all this information guide here. So you can choose to off all your information that you don't want it. You want a more minimalistic look. Press again, they can just adjust this with the grid and all. So a grid means that you can just position your object properly, which is in the center and all, to help to align it. Not, you can just go for information, the basic of all. So over here, you press the menu button here, the one in the center here. You can basically jump between the modes that you can choose to. So there is like auto mode, and I mean like super R, like more like superior auto, and there's also auto mode and all. So it's like, you know, the camera do the settings automatically for you. Then there's also a program mode. So program mode will give you full access to the camera settings, everything. For example, if you want to do a force flash, or you want to like, you know, adjust the white balancing, everything, program mode is the best. Then there's a bit like a movie mode, then natural shots with light, with flash and without flash. So basically you will take two photos, so one is without flash and one is with flash. So this is a very good camera to begin with. For those who like, you know, taking photos with flash, I recommend natural in this thing. And there's also natural light and all these things, so it just without flash. And there's a portrait mode, smart mode, landscape, panorama, sports mode. So sports mode is more like, you know, have fast shutter, everything. Night mode is just basically to adjust the ISO settings, and also like a mode for the tripod as well. Then sunset mode, so basically the camera settings are all adjusted to, you know, to suit the condition and sceneries being viewed. There's the beach mode, flower mode, and back to this thing. So I go for program mode because I can show you more settings. So in program mode, you can adjust like the ISO, everything. Then there's like image size, basically how big the photos you like, I mean the quality and all these things. So do note that This is the aspect ratio. This is the number of shots you can take. So if you go down further, means you can take more photos. You see, you can take up to 6,289 photos. How many is that? But just do not that you're going to compromise the quality of the image. So I go with the highest, which is 14 megapixel. So this is the high quality image. Then you can go and see it in normal and fine. So that's like normal, just normal. Fine, it's just that it use up more memory space. So white balancing can adjust between the various type depending on the lighting scenario, like a fluorescent 2, 3, and all these things. Go back auto mode if you are just not familiar with. There's also face detection as well. Then if you press the left key, you press down key, you can adjust the settings, and also you can change between the languages, everything. So they have many languages and all. There's also like silent mode, everything, and like your date, the date, everything, LCD brightness, all these you can be adjusted through, in the settings area right here. There's also date stamps as well. You can just select everything, which is right here. So to go back to shooting mode, you just half press this and you're back into shooting mode again. So with a program mode, you have full access to all of this. So basically this button here is the delete button, as well as to measure the exposure control. That means the exposure compensation, either the plus or minus, like you want the object to be overexposed or underexposed. For example, in this case, if you like, you press the button here, press it up here, then you can just use the arrows to move up and down. So it means that if you press it going up, plus means that it's going to be overexposed, but do note that it's up to +2 maximum. So if you go down, it's basically you're going to underexpose the object by 2 stops. So yes, with 0 being the ideal. So basically to set it up, you just press the OK button. Once you set it up, then there's over here on the right is the flash. So basically there's auto flash, then there's force flash, slow flash, and then there's also slow string for nighttime portraits. So then there's also like a self timer of 10 seconds. Sorry, a self timer of 10 seconds, 2 seconds, and all this. Then over here on the left is the macro mode, either macro or not macro. So macro is basically you're gonna take up close up objects and you're focusing on it. So do know that if you see this, it means the object is in focus. If you see something like a red like this, means that the object is not in autofocus. Yeah. So basically just hard press. Then you can see your shutters. This is basically like the shutter speed, and yeah, the shutter speed here, and then this is the aperture, and there's flash over here. So if you tell that it's the image got flash, it will be this button here. So if you ever half flash, half press, that means if this button here means the flash is going to fire and all these things. So yep. So overall, this camera is actually pretty good and all. Just for its class, I like the design, slightly like pouch out, everything is very cute. So to off the camera, just press this button back here, and then yep, there's also a USB slot for you to connect to PC and transfer the photos. So overall, this camera is quite okay for its kind and all these things. It's pretty good everything. So we definitely like it, and all these things is quite nice. I like the purple color, the aesthetic feel and all this. So overall, this is a good camera. Yep, we recommend it. Thanks a lot for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel for more upcoming videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye.